Assure that this will continue to provide our customers an unparalleled travel experience. As you are no doubt aware, the airline business is highly competitive. At Singapore Airlines, we remain steadfast in our philosophy of constant product innovation and a relentless pursuit of excellence. Today's launch signifies our continued investment in products and services, our long-term approach to ensure that we continue to lead the industry, and our confidence in the future of premium full-service travel. In order to bring the best to our customers, we knew we had to address a fundamental point, which is understanding our customers' evolving expectations. Our customer research started in 2013, and it played a key role throughout the product development process in the areas of features, functions, and aesthetics. We will soon be unveiling the new product, and you will see that an underlying theme stands out: more space, greater privacy, and more attention to personal needs. We have worked extensively to improve ergonomics to ensure everything our customers need is within easy reach, while also enhancing cabin ambience and, of course, providing greater comfort. You'll see in our launch later that we've taken bold steps to innovate and to push the boundary on what is possible in an aircraft. As you know, it's very difficult to actually introduce new things on the aircraft because of all the certification needs. But you'll see, as I said, we're pushing the boundary, leveraging new design concepts, new materials, new technologies, but focusing on how those innovations can actually bring greater comfort and greater convenience for our customers. Our industry-leading suites are now even more luxurious. They provide greater privacy with a design and features closer to a well-appointed bedroom, including separate bed and chair. And speaking of chair, you'll find that again it's an industry first, whereby the chair will be able to swivel, and some of them up to 270 degrees. With only 6 compared to the current 12 A380 suites, each is significantly more spacious and exclusive. Our original suites were the first to offer double beds in the sky, and they are still regarded as the ultimate premium travel. Couples traveling together will be pleased to know that not only are we retaining that feature, the double beds are now even more plush and comfortable than before. One thing about the suite that I would like to add is, again, this thing about personalization. The lightings on the switch or in the suite can be controlled with settings determined by the customers. And we will have a feature to allow customers to save those settings. So they can determine, for example, there are certain lighting settings that would like for sleeping, or having meals, or for watching TVs. And on any subsequent flight, you can make use of those settings to actually determine the exact type of ambience you want for those activities without having to go through the resetting again. So this feature is again demonstrating the details we pay to personalize some of these capabilities for our customers. We have also made use of technological advancements in our product offerings. For example, in our new business class, it features a carbon fiber composite shell, similar to the kind of material you see used in the Formula One race car. Compared to the conventional aircraft seats who will use metal as a primary support, this creates a thinner base structure which allows for more under-seat storage space. In fact, our business class will be the first in the world that offer enough storage place so that our passengers could actually store a standard size cabin trolley bag beneath the business class seats. Business class passengers can also expect greater convenience with stylish and intuitive seat design. each seat now offer more privacy and greater flexibility, and with an option for couple seating and double bed as well. Premium Economy Class is a new product that we only introduced in the second half of 2011. However, passengers will appreciate an enhanced sense of privacy that the new cabin zone offers in the forward section of the main deck, made possible through the redesign of the cabin interior. Customers traveling in our new economy class can also look forward to improved ergonomics and cushion support. The unique seat back design provides greater knee clearance, and together with the 6-way adjustable headrest, it will further enhance the travel experience. The headrest, as you will experience later, allow it to be moved up and down, folded, at the same time with the options to push a part of it for better neck support. Our staff, our people will be able to demonstrate those features later on. And again, in our economy class, the touchscreen monitor eliminates the need for a handset and enjoying so that our passenger can enjoy our in-flight service offerings with greater convenience. In addition to the new seat development, we're partnered with some of the world's best-known luxury brands for soft finishings, amenities, toiletries, and serviceware. These include Lalit, Nairobi, and Wedgwood. And we have not overlooked our award-winning in-flight entertainment system, Cruiseworld, which will now offer customers greater control over their in-flight entertainment and a more personalized service, personalized experience with the launch of the feature called My Cruiseworld. This again is the first in the industry. With that, customers is able to bookmark content, sync playlists, resume their movie where it last stopped when they are traveling between different flights. At the same time, this particular facility allows us to understand, allow the system to understand the customer's preferences of movies based on the viewing history of the customers, so that it can present the next time the customers come onto the flight those features, those content that are most preferred by the customers. We will also have the first A380 in the world with the new GX Aviation high-speed broadband connectivity system, and this will provide high-speed internet connection similar to the experience on the ground. The development and installation of the new products in our entire fleet of A380s represents a very significant investment of close to $850 million. They will begin entering service next month, first on the Singapore-Sydney route, and will be progressively extended to other A380 services. With cutting-edge design and features, we are certain that our new cabin products will redefine standards for air travel and ensure that Singapore Airlines remain the world's preeminent full-service carrier. Ladies and gentlemen, join me now as we review the new travel experience that we have created, especially for you. Thank you.
made yours. And now, we invite you to experience the difference.
And there we are, ladies and gentlemen, presenting to you our all-new cabin products. We proudly present Space Made Personal, featuring Singapore Airlines all-new suites, business, premium, and economy cabin products. And you're among the first to experience the difference, and our customers will too, when they fly on our new A380. Later on, there'll be guided tours of the suites and business class displays. That'll come up shortly, during which our product presenters will share with you the many special features of the luxurious new seats. Also on display are our new range of amenities, serviceware, beddings and linen, specially designed to enhance your comfort and travel and those of our passengers too. Premium economy and in-flight entertainment areas are also available this morning for your preview when you go on tour later. But for now, before we actually go on tour, we are going to allow you some question and answer time with our panel on stage. So now, we first begin with Q&A.
After nito, ito-tour ko.
Microphone error there. Just one point to highlight before we begin the Q&A. You may be interested to know, if you're not already aware, that the performance that you just heard was from Singapore Airlines' very own cabin crew. They're a highly talented group from what we call the Performing Arts Circle. We'll now move straight into the Q&A session, and I'll now invite Mr. Do and Mr. Tan to the stage for it. All right, before we begin, just one final reminder, please, if I may. I'll be moderating the session, as I mentioned. Please just direct your questions through me. Give me a signal that you'd like to ask a question, and I will call upon you. Please also state your name and the name of the organization that you're representing, and do wait for one of the roaming microphones to come to you. We'll now take the first question, and we'll start with the very front row here, the aisle seat. The microphone is coming, it's just behind, crowded by the photographers. Microphone is not on.
Good morning. Andreas Spiegel, German aviation journalist. Very impressive what you show here. Looking forward to see more details. Just two general questions before that. First of all, product consistency. We have now very different products. 777, A350, old A380s, new A380s. And this, what we see here, will just be introduced on the other older A380s later or on the rest of the fleet. And second question, I hear there's rumors in the industry that Singapore Airlines might go and offer free Wi-Fi to premium passengers too. Is that actually happening and when? Thank you.
Thank you for the question. First question was whether or not we are going to retrofit the rest of the A380. Yes, the answer is yes. As you know, we're returning the first 5 A380 to our vessel. So we have the remaining 14 A380 which will be retrofitted to the new product and in the same configuration as well. The second question on Wi-Fi, well, it's something that we review and we will make an appropriate announcement when we have made a decision on that.
So I just want to follow up on the product consistency, but the need to have an A380 product that's different from A350 and 777 in the future.
I think you take a look at our current product. We have our A350, which is with a new generation of the diamond seats that we have. And the A380, of course, is a brand new product. The suite will be unique to the A380. The suite that you see here is a matter of space that's required for the product. Whether or not the business class will be used for other of our fleet is something that we will announce at the appropriate time.
All right, we'll take the next question. This section here, right at the back, the second from the back.
I am Ting from Maintenance of Hall. My question is, it has been said that you all will not continue the first five A380s that you all have taken. And so what is this retrofitting mean for the upcoming developments, especially since you have signed another new batch of planes from Boeing recently?
Okay, maybe I didn't make myself clear. The first 5 A380s will be returned to lessor. So as you know, we have 19 A380s, not counting the latest, the new order that we made with Airbus. So of the 19, the first 5 will be returned to lessor, and this is actually going to be replaced by the 5 new ones that we are taking from Airbus. So the total number remains at 19.
Also in the back, Nick, if you can just go to the left, to your left. Thank you.
My name is Vilonga from newspaper and online economic from Indonesia. I want to know your investment for the new cabin and your new target after you make the new cabin in your airplane. And you know how about the prospect Singapore and business in Indonesia because so many low-cost airline in my country. Thank you.
I think the first question was about investment in the A380, is that the question? And the second point you had was about the targets that we have for that, am I correct? Yes.
Okay, I think I will focus this particular conference on the new product and regarding the A380. I'm not sure, I think your subsequent question refers to some of the LCC competition or something? Okay, so the first one, investment in A380, as I mentioned, we are, for the retrofit and the new A380s together, we are going to spend to the tune of $850 million.
Okay, sorry.
Your new target income after you make the new design cabin and the prospect business number and Indonesia?
The question was what our new target is in terms of return on investment, you mean? Our profit targets? Yes, we do not release profit targets at Singapore Airlines, so I'm sorry we wouldn't be able to cover that. Okay, and we'll go to the third row here, the lady in red there. Thank you.
It's Jamie from Reuters. My question is just about the size of the first class cabin on the new A380. You've gone down from 12 seats to 6. So I was wondering what the thinking was behind that, and if you see business class as a sort of sweeter spots for more traffic.
I think it's a combination of wanting to give more space to our customers, plus also based on what we see as the demand pattern for the A380 suite.
All right, we'll go to this section here, the gentleman at the very back. I believe you're wearing a white shirt. Yes.
My name is Erling Stouter, representing Final Global Charlotte, Denmark. The when the new seats has been developed, has it been important for Singapore Airlines to be the leading company in the world with the products? And what would you say is the highest, your biggest competitors, so to say, and the standards you try to meet, how would you compare that to your competitors?
We don't comment on our competitors. We developed this product, as we indicated earlier, with squarely with our customers in mind, customer-centric. We found our customers what they want, what their expectations. We do a lot of research, focus group, and this is a result of that particular exercise. So we don't actually compare ourselves with competitors. We believe that having done that and having met and gone beyond what our customers' expectations are, this will be the industry-leading product.
Thank you. And we'll go to our right side of the room, the gentleman there in the short sleeve white shirt. Third row from the front.
Hi there, it's Dave Mate from Danish Travel. Firstly, thanks for inviting us along and that amazing Disneyland performance. I thought it was fantastic. I just want to ask you a couple of things. What percentage of flights profit comes from the suites, those types of products? And secondly, Emirates have recently pulled back a bit out of the New Zealand market, and I was wondering to know just how committed Singapore is to that market. Thank you.
Again, we do not give profit projections in any form, but New Zealand is a very important market for us, and we are working very closely with our partner Air New Zealand, as you know. So not at all. There's not any intention to pull back. In fact, we're talking about how can we work together to actually improve coverage.
Okay, we'll stick to the same section. The gentleman right behind you, who just asked the question. The gentleman in the jacket. Thank you.
Good morning, with Paris. As you know, there are some doubts about the future of the A380. So I'd like to know how you see the future of this aircraft on the medium long term, and you consider to order more A380 to replace the other.
All right. The fact that we actually ordered 5 more, it's actually you would say it's a firm demonstration of our belief that this aircraft is going to be good for us. But we are not actually increasing the total number. So as it is, our belief is that 19 suffice because these are big aircraft and they are good for obviously dense route that potentially could be slots limited, and this is exactly where we are deploying them.
In fairness, we'll go to this side of the room now. I believe it's 1, 2, 3, 4th row. Lady in thank you. Carmen, can you just put your hand up, please? Thanks.
Hey, good morning. Karati from the Straits Times. Can I just ask you, your A380s will have a total of 471 seats compared to 441, which is the maximum one of your existing 2 configurations. You're putting more seats in economy, more seats in premium economy, you're cutting back on suites, and you're increasing and decreasing business class depending on which you want to compare with. What is the rationale behind your decision to configure it this way? Is this about maximizing yields? Is this about moving more towards premium, economy as well, and cutting back on, the front of the cabin? Yeah.
Thank you, Karam. It's a combination of consideration. Of course, being able to better match demand and supply is a consideration. But some of this number of seats that you see there is actually as a result of better use of space. The way we use it, as you know, we now move also the suite as well as the business class all to the upper deck, and that actually allows us a much more efficient use of space. So it's a combination of all that, but certainly demand supply is a consideration.
We'll move to the center section, front row, the gentleman running from the aisle.
My name is Kusami from Japanese and Halifax and Recruiting my question goes to Mr. Fong. So as you said in your opening remarks, the company is getting severe competition in Asian market. So, but the brand cable more product is going up because of the price competition. So do you think it's more challenging to fill up the capacity in this kind of wide-body aircraft like A380s? And so how do you tackle with the competition from the A380 in the future? And would you like to order more fleet of A380s in the future? Those are my questions.
The first part is similar to Karam's question in some sense. The configuration has been determined not arbitrarily, but through our understanding and expectations of demand supply. So we believe this is optimal in terms of the number of seats that we have, those cabin classes. For the markets we intend to mount the aircraft to. The second part on whether there are more, as I also indicated earlier, at this point in time we believe that 19 is the number that we require.
We'll stick to the same section, one row behind.
With the 14 existing A380s that will be retrofit, what is the timeline for those where we'll see the new product?
The current timeline is kind of the retrofit completed by 2020.
Okay. For simplicity reasons, we'll stick to the same. Two rows behind that gentleman.
Hello, I'm Brian Kelly, the Points Guy. So my first question is around KrisFlyer. Are you limiting KrisFlyer redemptions on these new routes? In our limited research, we see mostly waitlist. And then the second follow-up is, when could we first expect to see the new A380 to the United States?
KrisFlyer, the way we treat KrisFlyer is no difference from current, all the considerations about, because we do want to allow our customers to be able to redeem. So obviously we will make available seats for KrisFlyer redemption. On the part of whether or not A380 goes to United States and so forth, what's future deployment, it will be really a function of demand and supply. We believe that because the routes and the combination of deployment will differ. For example, we have now non-stop to San Francisco with the A350s. So all those development will be part of the consideration of where we mount the A380.
Okay. So we'll move to this side of the room, fourth row. I see. Yep, right where you are.
Hello, it's Jordan Chong from Australian Aviation. Just a question for Mr. Goh. I'm just wondering with now from 2020 you're going to have a consistent seat configuration for all your A380s. I'm just wondering whether that will result in a slight change to the A380 route network for Singapore Airlines, given that you use some configurations on some routes and some on others. And just a second question, just on the capital investment of 850 million. I'm just wondering whether you think you'll recoup that investment through either greater market share because of the new better products, or whether you think you'll be able to command a yield premium or more of a yield premium, given what the investment that you made on these new products. Thank you very much.
In the airline industry, whenever you upgrade a product and for product consistency and to give our customers that experience, you might decide to do retrofit, and retrofit will take time. So we are not inexperienced in this, so those will be managed as per past retrofit program in a sensible manner. On the part on whether we think that this new product will, how would it attract new traffic and yield and all that, we believe that this is an industry-leading product. This will be very appealing to our customers. After all, a lot of it came from also our conversation with our customers. So we believe that the customers will like the product, and we believe that we will be able to attract the right demand.
We'll move to our left side of the room, the gentleman in the front row with his hand up.
Hello guys, Sam Tree here from Travel Influencer. Does your A380 will feature a shower suite?
The answer is no.
And a follow-up question. your A380 will have an onboard bar for first and business class passengers?
The answer is also no. What we focus on from our customers' feedback is our customers want for greater privacy, more space for themselves, and this is exactly what we're giving them. Also, with a lot of thoughtful conveniences, including having features and making available things within the reach of customers, within easy reach of customers. For example, where they place their spectacles, where they place their mobile phone, all these are well thought out so that it is something that is very convenient for them. This is what they want as well.
Okay, we'll move to the side of the room, the lady shaking her hand there. Thank you.
Thank you for taking my question. My name is Evelyn Chen from Telegram Travel. I have two questions. The first of which is this. How many percentage of total revenue do your premium cabins contribute? And my second question is, what new dining experiences can we look forward to with this launch?
We don't provide breakdown of revenue by cabin class, but I think if you read some of the reports that has been circulating about our revenue breakdown and all that, they're not too far off.
On the question about the dining experiences, there's, I guess, the hardware side of it, and I think we'll be very excited to show to you some of the new developments in that area, the partners we are working with, to really try to deliver that fine dining experience. On the F&B itself, on the food, the culinary creations, we continue to work with our international culinary panel to really try and curate the best ideas from around the world. We're also going into a sustainability drive to see what we can do in terms of sourcing locally and using that in the menu planning and the creations. So I guess the best response is to just watch this space and enjoy what we serve with the partners.
Okay, we'll stick to this section of the room because they had a few queued up. Vic, two in front of you, the lady, one from the aisle, and then we'll go to Steve there.
Maybe it's from Flight Global. Mr. Goh, because I understand that you have 787-10s and also the A350 ULRs coming next year. So you've said that the suite product is unique for the A380, but in terms of your business class seats, your premium economy, and the economy seats that we are seeing today, will that also be perhaps be used on those aircraft that are incoming? Thank you.
Okay, I want to focus this particular forum on the A380, but I'll just quickly respond to your question because on the 787-10, I have actually mentioned something before. Because 787-10 is meant to be a medium haul aircraft, and therefore we do have product design for the medium haul, which is different from what you see here. As for the ultra long range, we have not announced anything. I think you again watch this space and see what we will announce.
Okay, as mentioned, we'll stick to the same section, third row from the front. The gentleman there with his hand up.
Steve Creedy from Airline Ratings. You said, you mentioned that this is a result of very detailed research. What problems did your research highlight in your previous cabins that you've addressed in the current cabins?
I think the research, a lot of it come back, I mean just generalizing now, is for greater privacy and more space. So this is exactly what you see here. Yet at the same time, they would like to have things at easy reach, very convenient, and comfort is another consideration. So all these are part of the consideration that we have here. Another thing is a more personalized experience. And as I mentioned in my speech, there are various items that we have actually made personalized to the preference of the customers, especially the IFE, where they have lots of programs to choose from.
Right. We have time for 3 more, but rest assured there'll be more time for interviews later. But we'll switch to the center section, the gentleman in the second row center.
Good morning. Upton Saidi, CNBC. I'm wondering what sort of marketing and advertising campaign is planned behind the new announcements, and are you targeting new customers or existing?
We've got quite an extensive marketing communications campaign that actually will be triggered right after this event. In terms of the audience reach, because it's also quite diverse, we're going to have some traditional channels that will cover, but certainly in terms of online, going with banners, making use of new technology to reach out to those who are very active in the digital space. So plenty of stuff to look forward to.
Very far end on our left side, the lady on the aisle.
Thank you. Good morning. I'm just curious about why, Michelle Teo from DH Singapore. I'm just curious about why the product is being launched on the Singapore to Sydney route, and if it's a prelude to a longer route very quickly.
Singapore Sydney is chosen because the A380 is on that route and is very popular. It's very popular. And at the same time, it is, for a practical sense, it's a route that we can mount with a minimum size of minimum fleet of A380s. But as more are delivered and more are retrofitted, you can be assured that all the other existing A380 routes, or at least most of them, will likewise get the new A380 configurations and products.
Right, I'll now take the final question from the gentleman here in the front row, on the right side.
Hello, I'm Sajeev from Hindu Business Line newspaper. You said that the airline industry, I think, is highly competitive. How the industry is doing well in Lucas and Global Center? Is it growing or stagnant or coming down?
Sorry, the traffic
aviation industry.
The airline industry?
Yeah.
Oh, I think by all the statistics you can see, it is a growing industry. If you look at IATA's projections or growth statistics, and you just look at also, in the case of Singapore, Changi Airport, every year there is the growth in the number of passengers that come through air.
Right, thank you very much. With that, we will wrap up the Q&A session. We'll soon be open. Oops, I think I lost my microphone. It's back. We'll soon be opening up the new products for viewing. Just a few points if I can highlight first. To limit crowding, we have pre-assigned tour groups for media representatives for the various products. So the access pass that you were given before has a sticker on it, which will display the name of your tour group. So when you see the name of your group on these monitors that you see on the right and left side here, as well as further back, please do queue up at that area and be ready for the tour to begin. We will have designated staff on hand to assist with those tours. The tours will begin with suites, which is over there on my left, followed by business class seats, which is over here on my right. Premium economy and economy, which is further behind, that will be free and easy viewing at any time.